Hello everyone, it's time for comprehension. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Please make sure you've got a paper and pencil ready for my questions. Make sure you are carefully reading the text before answering the questions. We're starting our new chapter today that's called Beowulf and the Sea Hag. I have the title somewhere. Yeah, right, there we go. Beowulf and the Sea Hag. As the night shadows fell over Heorot, Hrothgar and his queen escorted Beowulf and all the Geatish heroes to their beds, leaving the great mead hall in the care of Thanes of Denmark. They cleared the benches and spread the floor with beds and bolsters, and so often they had done before, made a dormitory of the great hall. Out of habit, these warriors kept their weapons near to hand, always ready for war, their shields and hand swords at their sides, and on the benches nearby, their mail coats, their mighty helmets and spears. But not one of them expected any attack that night. Safe in their hall, so they thought, they fell asleep at once and slept soundly. It was a sleep they would pay for dearly and soon. For Grendel had a mother, a murderous hag, as hideous a monster as her fiend of a son. Now she was a bereaved mother out for revenge, maddened by her loss, and she would be savage in her grief. With vengeance brimming in her soul, she came to Heorot in the dead of that night, all the Danish lords fast asleep inside, each lost in his dreams. How quickly were these dreams turned into a sudden nightmare. She may not have had the monster strength of her son, but she was thirsting for blood as she came in amongst them, and powerful in her fury. The Thanes quickly roused themselves from their slumbers, sprang at once to arms to fight her off, but they were not quick enough. She tore down Grendel's arm, that hideous trophy, but so precious to her. She snatched up the sleeping Asher, Hrothgar's most favorite lord, and then, seeing so many swords raised against her, made her escape. She had to be satisfied with this one kill. It was revenge enough for her. Okay, my first question for today is, who tidied up after the feast? You can pause the video here, read through the text to find your answer. My next question is, what does it mean if you do something out of habit? Question 3. It was a sleep they would pay for dearly and soon. Predict what will happen. You can read through the text and look for your answer. Question 4. Define bereaved. Pause the video here and read through the text. Question 5. Why did the hag tear down Grendel's arm? My next question is, why did the hag choose to take Asher? Okay, I'll carry on reading. I was on the last sentence over here. It was revenge enough for her. Right, my next page is, away over the high moors, she went in the darkness, clutching in her fierce embrace the bleeding Asher, found her way back to her distant fen to gorge herself on his flesh. How sweet was the taste of vengeance to this horrible hag. Meanwhile, all Heorot was in uproar. Swiftly summoned to the hall, Hrothgar heard the dreaded news that Asher was dead and gone, his beloved friend murdered. He called at once for Beowulf. Who else would he turn to? Asher could not be saved, not now. Not even Beowulf, that victory-blessed Geat, could do that. But if anyone could destroy this demon mother, it was him. The wise old king, distraught with sadness, opened his word hoard and spoke his heart to the Geatish prince. Right, I'll stop here for today. My last question is, why did Hrothgar turn to Beowulf? Read through the text, and when you're ready, you can unpause the video. Okay, I will start with the answers now. My first question was, who tidied up after the feast? We'll go on to the first page. It's right here at the beginning. The mead hall was in the care of the Thanes of Denmark. They cleared away the benches and spread the floor with beds and bolsters. So the correct answer is the Thanes tidied up the mead hall. The second question was, what does it mean if you do something out of habit? Right, so that means when you do something without thinking, it means to do something simply because you are used to doing it. The phrase out of habit is right here. So the Thanes and warriors were used to tidying up and setting up their beds and turning large mead halls into dormitories so where they can sleep. The next question was, it was a sleep they would pay for dearly and soon. Predict what will happen. That sentence is right here. It was a sleep they would pay for dearly and soon. This means they're trying to show that something very terrible is about to happen. And because they were sleeping, which means they were not prepared, they would be suffering a big loss. Now, your prediction might be different and unique, so I'd like to see it on Tapestry and go through your prediction. Okay, the next question was, define bereaved. That is over here at the bottom, a bereaved mother. And bereaved means suffering or grieving the death of a loved one, just like the sea hag was bereaved and suffering the loss of her son, Grendel. Okay, question 5 was, why did the hag tear down Grendel's arm? That is also right here on the next side. She tore down Grendel's arm, that hideous trophy, but so precious to her. So she tore it down because it was her son's arm hanging down. She couldn't see it. It was very precious to her. The next question was, why did the hag choose to take a share? Right, so she chose a share because right here, the answer is right here. He was Hrothgar's most favorite lord. So he was Hrothgar's dearest friend, and that was a good revenge from her side. And the last question was, why did Hrothgar turn to Beowulf? That's on the next page. The answer is right here where my cursor is. If it was anyone who could revenge and battle with the sea hag, it was only Beowulf. He was the only one who could destroy this demon mother. So if your answer is similar to mine, please mark it correct. That's it for today. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.